It was in 1967. It was a regular Sunday church service, but we had a bit of an unusual guest. Well, our guest that day happened to be none other than the President of the United States. 1967 was a time when the politics in America were really something, particularly the Vietnam War. And as we moved into the wider world, particularly the world of the Far East, a lot of people had some pretty strong opinions about what needed to happen. Our rector, the Reverend Dr. Coatsworth Pinckney Lewis, began to preach, and he took as his text Isaiah 9, "The people who sat in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shined." In the sermon, he does bring up the word Vietnam, and a couple of sentences later, he says, "While pledging our loyalty, we ask humbly, why?" Many people were astounded, and many people were not particularly thrilled. And we had a tempest which turned this town upside down for a while. People apologized, people tried to backtrack. Dr. Lewis maintained for the rest of his life that he was asking in all sincerity and that he was carefully trying to find an answer. Hugh Haney, who was a graduate of the College of William and Mary, he came up with this marvelous cartoon, and the cartoon shows Dr. Lewis at the door, ready to say goodbye to them. And Mr. Johnson leans over and says, "One more sermon like that, and I have a good mind to stop answering his prayers." It was one of the tempests at Bruton Parish, which is still the subject of a fair amount of conversation, and all he said was, "Why?"